Ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's
you
the
mind?
answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to. You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Hey y'all, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's View. How's y'all day going today? I hope it's going well. If this is your first time watching my channel, this is my take. If not, you already know how it goes. And today, I'm here to give my take on the recent town hall meeting by President Trump, conducted by CNN host Kaitlan Collins. If you ask a lot of people, they would say that Trump did very well.
He's going to come back in just
right?
like he came into the belly of the beast tonight, got a hostile media. He was calm, cool, collected. He masterfully answered every single question in a hostile environment. And guess what? He won over the people in that room.
In spite of the bias, Trump was great. He got his points across. He was likable, extremely funny. The crowd loved him, not the anchor.
And I agree. I think Trump did very well. And even though the host, Kaitlan, was very hostile and at times unprofessional, he stood his ground. His responses were crisp and sharp. And of course, you have those from the left that feel that his performance was horrible and that the town hall was the worst in history.
Why would CNN put only Republicans and people who love him in the audience? You know, if I do a comedy show and everybody loves me, I'm going to be funnier. That's how it works. Yeah. But if you have people who don't particularly think you're that funny, you have to work harder. Well, that's what I saw last night. I saw a bad stand-up comedian with a bunch of people in his cult who love him.
I wouldn't interview a man who has used live interviews to incite violence and tell lies, who has in the past encouraged violence against CNN itself.
Any independent or moderate watching this last night that was not already a Trump-based person, which is hard to imagine they'd identify as an independent, was looking at that and literally in shock at, like, I didn't even understand some of his sentences. It wasn't about facts. I was trying to follow the English. And if I had been up on that stage,
care.
I would
His
not.
People don't care.
No, but
As you can see, some people from the left were having a meltdown afterwards. If he didn't do well, as they claim, why are they whining? Why are they having a meltdown? If he did horribly like they claim. Now back to Kaitlan Collins, the town hall host. I think she was awful. And I can argue that most people would agree with me. She failed in her attempt to take Trump down. And she's been indefensible since the town hall, even from people from the left. An example was when a member of The View tried to defend her. And you can hear the disagreement from the other members.
I also want to say this, because I know she's getting flack from some folks. Kaitlan Collins did a masterful job. As a young woman, seeing a 30-year-old journalist take it to one of the most powerful men in the world. I've been bulldozed by him.
Wow.
Hillary Clinton was bulldozed by him. She got in there, and I'm sorry, it's really easy.
It only took her an hour to do that.
It's really easy to Monday morning quarterback it, but she stood there. She kept her cool when he called her sexist things, called her a nasty woman. He lost votes last night.
Did you hear her? She said that she's been bulldozed by Trump in the past, and that Hillary Clinton had been bulldozed by Trump in the past. While I hardly agree with these women from The View, if you take out the part where she tries to play the female card, by calling Trump sexist. Then I agree with her that Kaitlan Collins was punching above her league. She was simply too inexperienced to take down a man like Trump. It was obvious that she had an agenda, but she just wasn't up to the task. And so the takedown attempt was botched. But why do people think that a takedown was in the plans? Let's take a look at other town halls from other presidents and then compare them with this one.
May have noticed following this election, Donald Trump came to Indiana and talked a lot about what happened with the Carrier Corporation and shipping their jobs out of state. Here's someone who worked for Carrier, and he has a question for you.
How you doing, Mr. President?
How are you?
My name is Eric Cottenham, and I'm representing the Steelworkers Union, Local 1999, and I'm trying to find out what do we have left for as all of our jobs are leaving Indianapolis, right? And I see here you're doing a lot of things, but in Indianapolis, there's nothing there for us. I mean, what's next? I mean, what can we look forward to in the future as far as jobs, employment, whatever, because all of our jobs is left or in the process of leaving, sir.
Well, in fact, we've seen more manufacturing jobs created since I've been president than any time since the 1990s. That's a fact. And if you look at just the auto industry as an example, they've had record sales and they've hired back more people over the last 5 years than they had for a very long time. We actually make more stuff, have a bigger manufacturing base today than we've had in most of our history. The problems have been, part of the problems have had to do with jobs going overseas.
Take a look at the host. You can tell that it looks like she has something else to say, but she didn't want to interrupt him, so she let him talk.
And this is one of the reasons why I've been trying to negotiate trade deals to raise wages and environmental standards in other countries so that they're not undercutting us.
You can see how comfortable this host made President Obama feel, because it's not supposed to be a debate between the host and the president. It's supposed to be a question and answer session between the president and the people. In this case, the audience. Let's take a look at another one.
The president had an opportunity to open and allow schools and businesses to stay open if they got the kind of help they needed. So the Congress passed a couple $1 trillion worth of help, and what happened was most of that money, significant portion of that money, went to the very wealthiest corporations in the country, didn't get to the mom and pop stores. So you had 1 in 5, 1 in 6 minority businesses closing, many of them permanently, people being laid off. And then what happened was when the first tranche of the first round of money for unemployment, enhanced unemployment, went by, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. And to the best of my knowledge, and I mean this sincerely, I can't think, I've been around for a lot of presidents, and you know a lot of presidents in the crisis. I don't ever remember one never calling the House and Senate, Republicans and Democrats together.
Let's look forward a little bit. You said that you would lock down the economy only if the scientists said it was necessary.
Well, by the way, that wasn't the context. They said, would I lock down the economy if science said so? I said I'd follow science. But I don't think there's a need to lock down.
But I want to press you on that point.
Sure.
You've been in the Oval Office for 8 years with President Obama. He would always say that only the hard to solve problems get to his desk. What is most likely to happen is the scientists will disagree. The scientists will disagree with the economists. So the question is, how are you going to decide this? Who are you going to listen to? And how can you contain the pandemic without crushing the economy?
Well, you can contain the pandemic by being rational and not crush the economy. For example, I laid out a plan how you can open businesses. You can open businesses and schools if, in fact, you provide them the guidance that they need as well as the money to be able to do it.
Did y'all see how polite George was? Even when he was asking follow-up questions, he was polite. He didn't cut him off. He allowed him to finish his thought and only spoke when it was appropriate. for him to speak. Now let's compare these to the most recent town hall meeting by Kaitlan Collins and see the difference.
What kind of a woman meets somebody and brings them up, and within minutes you're playing hanky-panky in a dressing room, okay?
They found that you sexually abused her.
What? Say what they did. They said he didn't rape her. And I didn't do anything else either. You know what? Because I have no idea who the hell she is.
But Mr. President,
I don't know who this woman
can I
is.
ask you, given your recounting your version?
I don't know who, and I tell you this.
But Mr. President,
are you ready?
can I
swear
ask
on
you
my
because
children, which I'd never do. I have no idea who this woman. This is a fake story. I have no idea who the hell. She's a
Mr.
whack
President,
job.
I hope you all can see the difference. You can see how contentious she is. Let's take a look at another clip.
Why you held on to those documents when you knew the federal government was seeking them and then had given you a subpoena to return them?
Are you ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's
you
the
mind?
answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to. You're a nasty person, I'll tell you. Just so you understand, I had every right to do it. I didn't make a secret of it. You know, the boxes were stationed outside of the White House. People were taking pictures of the GSA and the various people.
I gotta stop you right there,
that
though,
were
because the
moving.
Presidential Records Act, which is not well known to a lot of people, I read it. It does not say that you can take documents with you. It says actually that they are the property of the federal government.
It says you talk, you negotiate, you make a deal. It's not criminal, by the way.
You can see how rude she was, pointing at him while she's talking, like she was talking to a kid, telling him, I gotta stop you right there, like a principal talking to her student. That was very disrespectful. And then when he decides to defend himself, he gets called misogynistic, sexist. So basically, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. I don't want to make this too long, so I'm gonna stop here. Watch out for my upcoming video where I react to the key moments of this town hall meeting. Please subscribe and click on the bell icon so you don't miss out on my upcoming videos. And please check out my other videos. Thank you for watching. Also like, share, and leave your opinions in the comment section. I'm out. Goodbye.